Hi guys, welcome to this new C++ project by CodeChef. So in this we'll be focusing on two things. One is the digital clock and one more is a countdown timer. So I'll give a preview on how the final output looks like. So here you have to choose an option between one or two, that is digital clock or countdown timer. So let me choose digital clock now. So this you can see is the digital clock which is being displayed. The current time is 4 o'clock, 4:14 minutes, 58 seconds. Now it is going to become 4:15. So now, yeah, this is how it works. Let me move to the next preview. So basically you can see the flow. Basically it asks the user to enter either digital clock or countdown timer. If he selects a digital clock, then it displays the time which is getting updated real time every 1 second. And if he uses the countdown timer, then we will ask him to display the how much seconds he wants. The timer for 10 seconds or 12 seconds or 15 seconds, how much ever he wants, and then we start counting it less, we bring it to 0, and then we say it is completed. So let us see the countdown timer now too. I'll give just 5 seconds. You can see the countdown timer started 3, 2, 1, and as soon as it finishes, it says time's up. Alright, so now let us move to the first part of this particular program. Okay, so here we'll be writing a simple code where we'll be just displaying on the console saying input 1 for digital clock, input 2 for countdown timer, and then whatsoever it is there, I'll just explain the code in here. So we have two functions. One is the digital clock, one more is the countdown timer. So countdown timer takes an input in the form of int, which is seconds. Now here we have the function user choice, where the string is choice, whatever the user enters is the choice. Now if the user enters 1 as his choice, then we call the digital clock function. If the user enters 2 as his choice, then we take the int seconds, and then we say enter the number of seconds to count down. Then the user enters the seconds, then we call this function countdown timer with the input seconds whatever the user has entered. Now if it is none of 1 or 2, then we say invalid choice. That's it. Now we have to properly explain the function. So in the digital clock function, we'll first display digital clock is displayed. So whenever the user enters 1 in this particular program, it says digital clock is displayed. We have not yet added logic for this program. Now when the user enters countdown timer, that is 2, then we say counting down from seconds whatever the user has entered, counting down from seconds. Now here we have the main function. It is called until we click on exit. Now we display the user the two choices 1 and 2, and whenever the user has entered the choice, we'll call this particular function, that is the user choice, with the choice which the user has entered. So let me run the program and show. You can see 1 is digital clock, 2 is countdown timer. I will select 1 here. So it says digital clock is displayed. I'll select 2. It asks me enter the number of seconds to count down, because this particular function is called. Now I'll enter 5 seconds. It does not count, it just says counting down from 5 seconds. Now in the upcoming parts, we'll add logic behind both of these, that is the digital clock and the countdown timer, and in the final part we'll be finishing everything, and we'll be seeing the exact same console which we saw earlier in this video. So let me submit the program. So test cases have passed, and that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.